you're going to want to run on into Dollar Tree and pick up some of these mason jars. These are the smaller mason jars that they have there, but they also have two sizes, a large and a small. I was only able to find the small. So we're going to go ahead and start with 3 of these jars. We're going to remove the lids, and then once we have the lids off, we're going to set those aside. They do have stickers on the bottom of the jars, so we're going to go ahead and remove the stickers from the bottom. Now I find the easiest way to do that is to use some all-purpose cleaner. I'm using the Myers brand lavender scent. That one's my favorite, and I'm just going to let it sit there for a second, and then I take a paper towel and it wipes right off, sticky residue and all. So then we're going to take some of this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. They have some really cute seasonal Easter spring ribbon this year. I picked up this one that said Happy Easter. We're going to go ahead and cut a piece of that to measure around this jar, and then we're going to use that as a guide, and we're going to cut 2 more pieces to wrap around the other 2 jars. Once I have my pieces cut, we're ready to go ahead and glue. Now these jars have the measurements on the back, and so I'm going to use that portion of the jar to the back of the project. So I'm just using hot glue here. I'm using a rubber finger just because the glue does come through the ribbon and you don't want to burn yourself. Once I have the ribbon glued onto all 3 jars, I'm going to take these poster stickers and I'm going to be using the H and the P. Now they don't stick super well to the ribbon, so I do go back off camera and use some Mod Podge on the back of the stickers. That way they are stuck to the ribbon really well. Once I get that done, I'm going to take one of these bunny butts that I got in the Easter section. Now this is one that they had a stick in, but they also have a package of like 6 of them, and those might be a better use here. This one is super puffy, but it does turn out super cute too. Then I'm going to take some florals that I also got at Dollar Tree in my spring section, and I'm just going to use some wire cutters, section them off, and I'm going to have a pink, a purple, and a white, one for each jar. That is it for this simple project. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's definitely my favorite one of the day. So this jar is not a mason jar, but it is a jar that you can get at the Dollar Tree. It's over in the kitchen area. We're going to remove the lid, and then we're going to be using some jute twine to go around the top of the ring of this jar. We're not going to be using the lid, so this is going to cover any of that portion up at the top. I'm going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to start it off there in the middle, and then I'm going to start winding it around. I don't put hot glue around the whole thing. I just pick several different sections around the lid just to make sure that it is on there tight. Then I'm going to take one of these bunnies that came from the Easter section, and I'm going to cut off the bottom here. I saw this project on Olivia's Romantic Home. She did hers a little bit different. She had it glued to a bowl. We're going to be gluing it to a jar, but I will link her video if I can find it down in the description box, but definitely her channel if you want to go check that out. So I'm just going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to glue the body together here. I'm using this stuffing, and I'm just stuffing that really up into the bunny's head. Once I get that glued on and it's secure, then we're ready to go ahead and assemble our jar. So this is going to be a super easy project. All we're going to do is take the bunny and we're going to put his neck up at the top. We're going to add some hot glue here so that he's attached to the top of our jar. Once we get him attached up at the top and we've let that dry, we're going to go ahead and take the arms and we're going to wrap the arms around the jar using some hot glue. We're going to glue them to the sides of the jar. Once we have those glued to the side of the jar, we're going to take the bottom part of our bunny that we cut off and we're going to glue that to the bottom of the jar. Super easy, and this is going to turn out really cute. Now for this portion, we're going to be using the feet from our bunny, and all I did was cut off the feet that were on this bunny. If you want to use some other feet, they have some other options at the Dollar Tree as well. I'm just going to place it underneath the jar where I think they should go, and then I'm going to lift up the jar, add some hot glue to my feet, and then apply it to the bottom of the jar. That way I get a good spacing amount to it where it looks like the bunny's feet are actually under the bunny's jar. jar. That is it for this project. You could add florals, you could add grass. I'm going to go ahead and add some candy that I got from the Dollar Tree, but let me know what you guys think about this one. I love how this turned out, and I think it is super adorable. So for this project, we're going to use a mason jar from the Dollar Tree. We're going to give it a couple coats of chalk paint in the linen color from Folk Art, and it doesn't give it a total coverage. There's still some spots that make it look distressed. I liked it that way. If you don't, give it another coat. Then we're going to pick up one of these little bunny craft kits at the Dollar Tree, and this kit comes with like a couple different sizes of pom-poms. It also comes with a white piece for the ear and a pink piece for the ear. It also comes with a mouth, but I didn't want to use the mouth part, so we're just going to glue the pieces together for its ears, and then we're going to assemble the bunny pieces together. I go ahead and fluff out the pom-poms. One is smaller than the other one, so you're just gonna hot glue one of these to the back one, so the smaller one to the back one. This is definitely a kid's craft, so if you wanted to do this with grandkids or your own kids, it's super cute. I really loved how it turned out, and these bunnies are adorable. So I go ahead and make two of these. We're gonna go ahead and hot glue the ears in there. Then I picked up some of this Easter grass. This is the kind of plasticky Easter grass, but not the metallic one. We're going to give a good bunch into our jar and kind of fluff it out at the top. Once we have that all in there, we're going to take our little bunnies that we created, and I'm just using a skewer that I had on hand. I put some hot glue into the middle of our pom-pom. I kind of squish it together to get my skewer to stick, and then we're going to go ahead and place it down into our jar. Now, I don't have any foam in here or anything, but it does stick in here pretty well after we get all the pieces in here. The grass is pretty tight in there, so that works really well. We're going to add some of these eggs that I also got from the Dollar Tree Easter section, and I'm just kind of arranging it into a way that I liked and thought was cute. I got 4 different colors of these Easter eggs. I'm going to use the green and pink ones here, and then I'm going to add some florals. I really liked these flowers that I got at the Dollar Tree. They're kind of like a hanging floral, and I thought that they worked really good for these centerpiece pieces. Once I get those all attached in there, we are almost done here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take some ribbon. I am using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree again. We're going to cross it over like an awareness bow and then pinch it together. I'm going to use this purple and white baker's twine that I also got from the Dollar Tree a while ago, but I think that they still carry them. We're going to go ahead and tie it off in the middle, making a very tight bow. Make sure you hold on to this and cinch it well if you've never made one of these bows, because it can loosen up if you don't hold it tight when you are tying the piece around it, whether it be jute or something like that. It can come apart a little bit. Once I have that all glued together, we're going to go ahead and attach it to the front of our jar. And that is it for this one. I really love how this turned out. And these little bunny crafts, I always pass them up, but this was really cute for a floral arrangement. Let me know if you're going to pick those up and make this one. So we're going to take a trip down the Easter aisle, and I found these super plaid, they are super plaid, but super cute plaid Easter bunnies. They have 3 different colors. We're going to take another one of these smaller jars. I went ahead, removed the lid and the sticker, and then we're going to go around in a little bit of a pattern around our jar. All we're going to use is some hot glue, starting in the back where they have the measurement pieces. This is one of those small jars, if I didn't say that before, but we're going to go ahead and just add a bunny over the measurement piece. Then we're going to hot glue the very bottom of the bunny and along the middle of the bunny. It's glues onto this jar really well, sticks really well, you're going to be able to have 4 bunnies go around this entire jar. Now we only have 3 colors, so when I got back around to the front of the jar, there were going to be 2 purple ones together. I went ahead and just put a pink one on that side. If you wanted to, you could only use 2 colors here. That way they are just like purple, pink, instead of having like a random blue one. Once we have those all glued on, and then we're going to take some more of this Easter grass, stick it into our jar, and then we're going to go ahead and do a little arrangement here. I'm using some of these same flowers that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I really love these ones, and then we're going to go ahead and snip them off. We're going to go ahead, I said that a ton of times right now, but we're going to put them into our jar, and we're just going to arrange it over to the one side of our jar. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a couple of eggs in here, and that is it for this project. I think this is super cute. A larger jar would be able to hold more bunnies around the outside, so that's totally up to you. This would also be a really cute gift with candy in it. Let me know what you guys think about this one. We're going to take another one of those jars that they have over in the kitchen area, and we're going to use the lid for this one. I took some floral foam from the Dollar Tree crafter section. I'm just going to add some hot glue. I'm going to glue it down into the lid. This fits really well there. Then we're going to take some more of these Easter eggs, also in the Easter aisle, and I just took the picks that they came on and shortened them a little bit. If you haven't figured it out, we're going to make a little terrarium. So I had a little bit of issues with making this, so if you decide to make this, I do think it is really cute. I wanted to put one of the gingham bunnies in there, but it is a little bit too tall to add it in there. So I tried a couple different ways to get it in there, put a stick on it like you're going to see here, and then I realized that that was not going to work when I tried to get the lid back into the jar. So I had to remove it, and then I had to do something different with it. So if you want to recreate this, you need a taller jar, possibly a mason-sized jar. I just liked the width of this one and thought that it would hold more, but like I said, it just ended up being kind of awkward and smushed with the bunny, and I had to take the bunny out. Also, as I'm adding the grass, I kind of put too much grass in here, so if you're going to make this, you just need a very minimal amount of grass going in there, and you want to avoid the very bottom where it's going to screw in to the jar itself. But once I get that all glued on there, we're going to go ahead and add it back into the jar. As you can see here, I had way too much grass. I don't know what I was thinking. I tried to smush it in there, and then that was like not happening. So I just go ahead, remove the bunny, remove any of the excess grass, and then I'm ready to go ahead and put the lid back on. So once I have the lid on, I'm going to take this Easter ribbon, I'm going to measure around the jar, and then I'm going to fold it in half. Now this does have wording on it, so you're going to want to have the wording facing up so that it doesn't look awkward. I didn't glue my ribbon together. I just folded it in half, and then I glued it around the base, which is actually the lid of our jar. Once I get that all where I like it, I make sure that where the glue meets together in the ribbon, that I'm going to place my bunny on the outside of the jar where the ribbon meets. So make sure that you like where that section is on the inside of the jar as well, because that's going to be the facing forward part of the project. Once I get that little bunny all glued on there, that is it for this project. I think it's a really cute little terrarium. I really like how it turned out. I just wish my bunny could have fit in there, so I'd be looking for maybe like a little bunny butt or a little smaller bunny that could fit in there, but I think it's super cute. Let me know if you're going to try this project. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want to keep on crafting and get more inspiration from Dollar Tree, check out these 2 videos next. And as always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!